In today's video, we're going to explore the question, will the direwolf project ever achieve a uniform direwolf look? We'll find out in this video. Hello, fellow packmates. This is Jennifer Steckel from the Direwolf Project, where science meets the Ice Age. We're the only breeding program in the world recreating the exact bone and body structure of the extinct prehistoric direwolf. Not for the wild, but for your loving family den, using only domesticated dog breeds. I've been raising these incredible American Dirus dogs for over 20 years, delivering 73 litters and over 400 loyal pups to the world. You want to track upcoming litters or see which puppies are ready to join your pack? Join the inner circle at direwolfproject.com. If you love prehistoric pups and pack-centered wisdom, give us a like, hit subscribe, and let's step out of the den together. Imagine a cave wall, like the one behind me, painted by the first artists. Big shapes, heavy lines, shadows of beasts that once ruled the frozen plains. That image burned into our mind. That is what we think of when we picture a direwolf. Massive shoulders, a broad skull, paws built to move effortlessly over ice and snow, bone-crushing teeth, and a frame that moves like it owns the world. Now imagine trying to capture that essence inside a dog bred for modern people, for gentle companionship, not for hunting giant prey. That is exactly the challenge of the Direwolf Project. And it's why, despite all our progress over these last 37 plus years, the breed does not yet uniformly resemble the direwolf. But this isn't failure, far from it actually, because we have firmly resolved to never trade the things that matter most, health and temperament, for a beautiful face. Quick wins might make a dog look the part, but they often compromise health, longevity, or disposition in order to get there. We build a dog for life, for real life, not just for Instagram snapshots. I suppose the closest living purebred domesticated dog to resemble a direwolf, aside from the American Dirus dogs we breed here at the Direwolf Project, of course, is the giant Alaskan Malamute. But even they are far from what a direwolf truly looked like. They have piebald spotting and white masks, as well as highly curled tails, occasional feathering, dark brown eyes, and color patterns like tan points. All of these are traits absent from any wild canine we know to have walked the earth. In fact, those traits are specifically found solely in domesticated animals. Not to mention that an Alaskan Malamute's working dog temperament, bred for sled pulling and endurance, is completely different from the calm companion we're shaping. No other dog breed, no matter how impressive in their own right, has as many wild canine outward appearance traits as the gentle, loving dogs within the Direwolf Project. Excluding wolf dog breeds, of course, but that's a topic for a different time. Even purebred breeds like the Irish Wolfhound, which have a size and presence reminiscent of the direwolf, come with their own baggage. Drop ears, long thin tails, feathering along the muzzle, fragile bone, and short longevity. Many carry strong protective or aggressive instincts, perfect for a wolf hunting dog, but terrible for a gentle companion in a family home. Every dog breed brings along traits that must be carefully eliminated to stay true to the direwolf spirit, while remaining calm, gentle, loving, easily trainable, healthy, and long-lived. This is where the strength of the Strongbred philosophy shines. Strongbred means an open but regulated stud book, pedigrees that are transparent, and unyielding priorities. Health is always chosen for first, temperament second, and appearance is considered last. And while all of the goals are equally important, we introduce traits intentionally, generation by generation, with evidence guiding each choice. It is a patient, methodical, sometimes brutal work, but it ensures we don't sacrifice the long-term stability of the breed for the excitement of one dazzling pup. Consider Patch, for example. Patch had everything on the checklist for direwolf beauty. Highly slanted yellow eyes, small erect ears, a perfect wolf mask, a golden wolf sable coat, and a temperament that made you want to scoop him up and never let him go. He was dazzling. But DNA testing revealed a problem. He carried 2 copies of the copper toxicosis predisposition. Every puppy from him would carry at least 1 copy, increasing the sensitivity to copper across the entire breed. However, Patch's less flashy, more energetic brothers were completely clear of this copper toxicosis and all other health issues. So, we made the hard choice. We rehomed Patch and retained his less than ideal brothers. That decision costs us immediate aesthetic progress, but preserved the breed's health for generations. That is Strongbred in action. The life of the pack comes before the photo op. Even with careful breeding, where every puppy born into the project is DNA tested, progress on appearance is slow. That's because the traits we want, skull width, bone thickness, coat length, wolf masks, bright yellow eyes, those are all polygenic. In other words, each of those is influenced by multiple genes. Changing one trait can accidentally affect 10 others. And remember, domestication itself resists wild appearances. Just as the Russian fox farm experiment showed in the 1950s, selection for gentleness brings soft eyes, piebald coloring, curled tails, and rounded faces. That is why you cannot have a true direwolf look without risking temperament. Still, we have many reasons to be hopeful. Within our breed today, we see all of the traits we want to expand throughout the entire breed. Some dogs have highly slanted brown eyes. Others gleam with bright yellow eyes. Some carry the wolf mask, while others have a small erect ears. A few show the thicker undercoat, and some possess the massive snowshoe-like paws we crave. Muzzle shape, straight tail carriage, and heavier bone appear also in certain individuals. The difficulty for us in this stage of our work is that these traits are scattered across the entire breed, and it's our task to nurture them without sacrificing the temperament or health of the dogs. At the same time that we strive to increase certain outward appearance traits, we also need to weed out unwanted traits. For example, long hair on the muzzle, called furnishings, or long, wispy, human-like hair behind the ears and in between the toes, called feathering. Soft brown eyes, floppy ears, thin bone, curled tails, and any red flags in health or disposition are also traits we should eventually let go from our lines. Every generation is a balancing act, requiring patience, dedication, and an uncompromising commitment to the 4 pillars that guide us. A strongbred dog with a companion dog temperament in the body of a dire wolf by following God's breeding plan. So, will the American Dirus dog breed ever walk into a park and make strangers whisper, "That looks like a dire wolf"? Well, actually many of them already do, but whether or not we achieve a fossil-accurate replica with high uniformity throughout the entire breed is yet to be seen. The real success is in preserving the heart of the breed, companionable, healthy, and long-lived. We must honor the bones of prehistory while keeping our minds sharply focused on overall health and a loving companion dog temperament. If you want to join us in our work, or if you simply want your own giant companion whose eyes tell stories and whose bones echo a wild past, you are welcome in our pack. Go to direwolfproject.com and sign up to receive daily updates and stories. We are building slowly, wisely, and in balance. After all, legends are not reborn by haste, but by devotion, and by a devoted love for the life we hold in our hands. Want to meet more of our amazing American Dirus dogs? This video right here highlights their amazing personalities. Don't miss it.